Kyle. I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together everywhere. I will be with you, everything. I will take you forever. Everything.
I love you too, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
DAVANTE Adams.
Tell you what, guys, that ad was just heartwarming, wasn't it? But we're not here for that. We are here to continue the list of the top 100 NFL players of 2023. We're at number 13, DAVANTE Adams, wide receiver for the Raiders. Previously a Packer. The Packers have lost their number one wide receiver and their quarterback in recent times. Interesting, if nothing else. Either way, the first thing we're going to do is have a look at his Wikipedia page, see what his production was like last year. We're going to come back, watch his video, and then we're going to do the most fun part, for me at least, and place DAVANTE Adams in a particular position in a rugby lineup. So if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, DAVANTE Lavelle Adams, born December 24th, 1992. He's 30 years of age, 6'1", 215 pounds. And if he played running back, people would be saying he was done, being that he's 30 years of age. But no, he doesn't play running back. He plays wide receiver. Built like a running back, though. Got picked up in the second round of the 2014 draft with pick number 53. Played college football at Fresno State from 2011 to 2013. You don't see too many Fresno guys, do you? 3-time first team All-Pro. No, let's start with this. 6-time Pro Bowler, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And halfway through his Pro Bowl tenure, he eventually got selected to first team All-Pro, 2020, 2021, and 2022. 2-time NFL receiving touchdowns leader, including 2020 and last year, 2022. So that'll be interesting to see. Ran a 4.51 in the 40-yard dash. Under 7 seconds for the 3-cone drill, 39.5 inches on the vertical and 10'7" on the broad jump. That is some elite numbers. 14 reps on the bench. Now that's normal. 14 reps for a guy that size, that's above average. It's these guys who have less body weight and have, 23, 24 reps on the bench. I just think, how the fuck did they do that? Either way, have a look at that. Doesn't matter what team he plays on, he is going to ball out. Came to Las Vegas in 2022, played 17 games. They didn't make the playoffs. Got 100 receptions for 1,516 receiving yards at an average of 15.2. 14 receiving touchdowns, which led the league. It's not his career high. That was in 2020, where he also led the league with 18. But through 133 games over 9 seasons, he has 9,637 receiving yards, 87 receiving touchdowns. He's only fumbled the ball 6 times and lost it only 3. Being that he's had 769 total receptions and he's only fumbled the ball 6 times, that's less than 1 in 100. The man is a 1,000 receiving yard machine. He's done it 4 of the last 5 years and almost did it in 2016 with 997. Either way, that was my recap of his 2020 season. We are about to see and watch his fellow players recap his year, and that's far more interesting, let's be honest.
DAVANTE Adams.
he for sure deserved to be on this list.
I think he's a total package for sure.
Solidified himself in the top 20.
Like $1 million, like 100 million.
DAVANTE Adams post.
Speaking of which, how much did he sign for? It wasn't just 100 million, or he might get 100 million in his account after taxes. Well, that's not true either. But he did sign a 5-year, $141.25 million deal, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL at the time. Okay, yeah, $100 million. That's got to be one of the greatest pre-game calls I have ever fucking heard, because it's true.
A career high 15.2 yards per catch and was named first team All-Pro for the 3rd straight year.
You
really got to have good eyes on him, because if you don't guess right, it can be a touchdown.
And one.
I like watching Tay's releases and his routes. I haven't seen nobody check him in the phone booth.
He'll give
Here we go, folks. You ready for this?
you so many different releases from in his bag. It's so crazy.
He has so many different moves and releases.
He just put one of those Allen Iverson moves on you, and you know it goes for a big
That's
man.
the thing. It is. It's setting up like a crossover, isn't it? You got one guy in front of you. He can't really touch you. He certainly can't tackle you. So it's literally like you're coming up like a basketball player. Yeah, and some of these moves, man.
Hey.
Gets a great release.
You see what he can do against the best corners in the league. It's just not fair.
He gets out in front. Watch the late hands.
Damn,
at the
bro.
very last
That's against Ramsey?
10th of a second. Those hands go up, and Ramsey doesn't.
Look at that that's some incredible acceleration. Jalen Ramsey is a 4'4"
have a
guy.
chance to react. Beautiful.
What a play. That is a one-on-one battle right there. And in this case, Adams comes out on top. And for me, I could watch that all day.
The route running is impeccable, and his ability to create separation.
He uses his changeup and his speed
Bit of a dead
to
leg.
be able to get open and get that separation.
He can finish you off at the top of the route.
Well, nice. Great move by DAVANTE Adams.
Just took the cheese and lost him.
He just does
You don't give him that much space, guys.
things that are just not human-like.
Sometimes
there
you
was
have
a
to.
route that he ran against the Chargers. He messed.
Was that a first down? Let me have a look.
Took the cheese and lost him.
Oh yeah, that was a first down, all
He
right.
just does things that are just not human-like. There was a route that he ran against the Chargers. He messed him up so bad the dude was running in the opposite direction. He thought DAVANTE was going that way. Insane.
That is insane.
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
You could be inside.
And I love the fact that he stepped on the inside to try and get some more yards.
I leverage. He gonna find a way to get inside of you.
Gets it again. Pitches it back to Derek Carr. Looking downfield for DAVANTE Adams. In stride at the
Oh,
5.
fantastic
Touchdown,
finishing
He can
speed.
be outside leverage on some plays, and he gonna find a way to get outside of you.
Throws DAVANTE Adams. Caught back shoulder right in front of Patrick Surtain.
Hey, let's keep it simple. 17 don't get it.
Always know where he's at. We knew that we had
And that's the thing. You're going to be like double teaming this guy. You're going to put your best corner, such as Jalen Ramsey, on this guy, and yet he still gets 1,500 receiving yards in a new team.
to double team him at all times.
Sometimes two defenders just aren't enough.
He beat a pair of Broncos to the near corner.
Yeah,
of
he's
the
got
end
more than
zone.
enough
He
speed.
has an ability to just make every catch, no matter if he's covered or not.
Oh my goodness!
And he's not a small body. He's not skinny by any means.
Come up with football with one hand.
Oh, how did Adams make that catch? That's unbelievable.
That's God's plan right there.
DAVANTE Adams makes an adjustment. And
What? Okay, sorry, no. I'm going to reference this play as God's plan. That's ridiculous.
it in at the 20. Unbelievable grab by DAVANTE. Are you kidding me?
Playing him this year was definitely something that you got to be on your P's and Q's about, because he'll make you miss the tackle and get the yards. Every receiver can't do that.
Breaks away 20, 15, 10.
Oh, you love to see it. Bang! Bang off the right. That's a nice wee bang off the right. These guys are employed, paid millions of dollars every single year to stop that very thing from happening. They had 3 defenders in the vicinity. Still couldn't get it done.
If you're a fan of the league
like they're
at this
scared.
position, you're for sure a fan of DAVANTE.
Beautiful
I mean, I'd be
spinning
scared,
catch on a
not gonna lie.
6-yard hookup with Derek Carr.
Tell you, that's my guy. I love competing against him. I love watching him and the work that he's put in. And I think he's one of those guys that's going to be a Hall of Fame guy when he's done.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. A 3-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time 1,000 receiving yard player. But don't go counting your chickens before they hatch. He's still got 4 more years on this deal, earning $140 million. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is place DAVANTE Adams in a rugby team. This is going to be relatively easy. I'm going to place DAVANTE Adams as a wide receiver in the corresponding position on a rugby field, which is on the wing. And the reason I'm putting him on the wing and not 1 or 2 positions inside is because I know that he doesn't mind the contact. And if he is about to be pushed out, or if he is, being shepherded across to the side of the field, from what I saw in that video, he's not going to be one of those wide receivers, or in this case, wingers, that shy away from contact. He's going to want to stay inside and get more yards after contact if possible. And so being on the wing, we know that he's not going to be a pushover. We know that he's got enough speed to get around guys. But if there is defense coming across, fullback, possibly the other winger, other players, He's gonna step on the inside. He's gonna bang off his right, bang off his left, and try and stay in, keep the ball rolling. And in the case of rugby union, that is the perfect thing to do. Stay on your feet for as long as possible. Once you go to ground as the attacker, you must release the ball. So if he can initiate a contact, step back on the inside, initiate that contact, stay on his feet for just that 2 or 3 more seconds to allow his teammates to come. And once he goes to the ground, he releases the ball. His teammates are going to come over that ball, retain it for the halfback to come, and then pass it and go again and go again. On offense, I've got no worries whatsoever. He would be an amazing winger. And on defense, that would be the interesting part. We didn't really see too many tackles. That's not something that wide receivers are expected to do. But in the game of rugby, you've got 2 sides of the ball. You play both sides of the ball, attack and defense. But I mean, being 6'1", 215, 220 pounds, he'd lay the smackdown with the best of them. He'd be coming up against wingers probably very similar in size, to be honest, possibly even a little bit faster. But to see his ability to accelerate, I mean, past the likes of Jalen Ramsey, he's got speed in spades. He's got enough agility to make his opposite man miss, and miss cleanly. And I would love nothing more than to see some of those routes that we saw translate into the game of rugby and just let the man run. He's not going to get $100 million, but he might get $1 million. He can feel like $100 million, but he'd only get a cool $1 million in his account. Either way, guys, let's move on. In the next one, we look at number 12, Josh Jacobs, running back for the Raiders. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.